Ladies and gentlemen, in a world where talent dazzles and luck is worshipped, there lies a truth too many overlooked. Discipline is everything. Discipline is the invisible bridge between dreams and reality. It is not as flashy as inspiration, not as thrilling as motivation, but it is the engine that drives both forward. It's the quiet force that wakes you up before the sun, the voice that says, "Keep going," when comfort whispers, "Stop." And without it, goals are just wishes. With it, mountains move. You can have all the potential in the world, but if you lack discipline, you'll remain where you are. Watching others live the life you could have had, success begins with clarity, the kind of clarity that burns in your chest and pulls you out of bed with urgency. This is what a definite purpose gives you. It's more than just a goal or a wish. It's a mission, a singular focus that organizes your energy, your time, and your thoughts. People without a clear purpose drift. They wake up without direction, go through the motions, and wonder why nothing changes. But when you know exactly what you want, not vaguely, but with precision, you become unstoppable. Discipline gives that purpose legs. It turns vision into momentum. The most important thing about purpose is what you do with it every single day. Not just when you feel inspired, not just when things are easy. Purpose alone isn't enough. It's the daily action, the repeated effort, the refusal to quit that brings it to life. Every small task you complete with discipline is a brick laid in the foundation of your future, and those bricks add up. You won't see the full structure right away, but trust this, every single action counts. There will be days when it feels pointless, days when progress is invisible. That's where most people give up. But if your purpose is solid and your discipline is stronger than your excuses, you keep going. That's the difference between those who try and those who achieve. Purpose is your destination. Discipline is the vehicle. Daily action is the fuel. No matter how big your dream is, if you show up daily and act on it with focus and intention, you will move closer, inch by inch. Step by step, eventually what seemed impossible becomes inevitable because you never stopped walking toward it. That's the quiet power of disciplined action. Everything begins in the mind. Before you take a single step, speak a single word, or make a single choice, a thought precedes it. The quality of your life is determined by the quality of your thoughts. If your mind is cluttered with fear, doubt, negativity, and distractions, then no matter how much effort you put in, you'll be pulled off course. That's why mastering your thoughts is not optional, it's essential. Discipline starts in the mind, and it is in the quiet moments when no one is watching that the real battle is fought and won. Most people let their minds run on autopilot. They absorb whatever the world throws at them, news, opinions, drama, chaos, and they wonder why they feel scattered or stuck. But the disciplined individual filters their thoughts. They protect their mental space like sacred ground. They choose what to feed their mind. Books that empower, conversations that elevate, goals that inspire. They think with intention, and that intention shows up in their actions. You can't control every thought that enters your mind, but you can control which ones you give energy to. That's the discipline. When a weak thought comes in, I'm not good enough, it's too hard, I'll never make it, you challenge it, you replace it, and you move forward anyway. Your mind is your most powerful tool or your greatest enemy. The choice is yours. Training your thoughts is like training a muscle. The more you practice focusing, the stronger your mental discipline becomes. And when your thoughts are aligned with your purpose, your actions become more precise, your energy more focused, your life more intentional. Control the inner world and the outer world begins to shift in your favor. That's the power of disciplined thinking. Time is the most valuable resource you have, more precious than money, more powerful than talent. Once a moment is gone, it's gone forever. You can't buy it back, you can't rewind it, and no one gets more than 24 hours in a day. The difference between those who succeed and those who settle lies in how they use that time. Discipline is what separates the ones who treat time like treasure from those who treat it like spare change. Every minute wasted is a decision. a scroll through social media, a conversation that leads nowhere, a task delayed just for now. These moments seem small, but they compound, and over time they become the gap between mediocrity and greatness. The disciplined person understands this. They don't just let the day happen. They structure it, they plan it, they use time with purpose. You don't need to fill your calendar with 1,000 things. It's not about being busy, it's about being intentional. When you respect your time, you focus only on what moves you forward. That might be one powerful hour of focused work or a quiet evening spent learning something new. It's not about doing more, it's about doing what matters consistently. Discipline with time means saying no. No to distractions. No to things that steal your focus. No to people or habits that don't align with your goals. It's uncomfortable at first, but liberating in the long run, because every no you give to the unnecessary becomes a yes to your future. When you learn to treat time like the priceless asset it is, your days become sharper, your goals get closer, and your life starts to align. Success isn't found in the hours you have, it's created in how you use them. There will come a time when the excitement wears off, when the path gets steep, when things go wrong, when results are slow, and when doubt starts to creep in. This is the moment that separates the ordinary from the extraordinary, because discipline doesn't rely on how you feel. It thrives in the face of resistance. Persistence is not a burst of energy. It's the decision to keep going when every part of you wants to stop. Most people start strong. They're fired up in the beginning. New goals, big dreams, high motivation. But discipline isn't tested when things are easy. It's tested when you hit the wall, when your plans fail, when you don't get the recognition, when no one's cheering. That's when persistence becomes the only thing that keeps the fire alive. Discipline means showing up again and again, regardless of the results. You might fall, you might get rejected, you might fail 10 times before you get it right. But every time you get back up, stronger, wiser, more focused, you gain something that can't be taught. You build grit, you build character, and most of all, you build momentum. Understand this. The universe doesn't reward the fastest. It rewards the most relentless. Those who keep grinding when nothing seems to be working. Those who believe in their vision enough to endure the silence, the setbacks, the slow seasons. Persistence backed by discipline becomes unstoppable. You don't need to win every day. You just need to refuse to quit. If you stay in the game long enough, keep refining your approach and trust the process, the breakthrough will come. Discipline keeps you moving. Persistence ensures you finish. And in the end, that's what builds greatness. Not one big leap, but 1,000 steps forward through the storm. Discipline often requires sacrifice, not because success demands suffering, but because growth requires space. And that space is created by letting go. If you want to rise, you have to release what weighs you down. That means saying no to comfort, no to short-term pleasure, and no to anything that doesn't serve your higher purpose. You can't have it all. You can't scroll for hours, party every weekend, sleep in every day, and still expect extraordinary results. Something has to give. Discipline is choosing what to give up so you can level up. Sacrifice isn't about pain, it's about priorities. The disciplined person understands this. They don't see sacrifice as loss. They see it as a trade. Temporary pleasures are exchanged for long-term fulfillment. The convenience of now is traded for the victory of later. It's not easy, but it's necessary. If you're unwilling to sacrifice, you're choosing to settle. If every success story is written with sacrifice, behind the achievements, behind the glory, are countless moments where someone chose to do what was hard instead of what was fun. They woke up early. They stayed disciplined when no one was watching. They skipped distractions so they could invest in their vision. That's the real story people don't see. Sacrifice is what sharpens your focus. It teaches you to value your time, your energy, and your choices. The more you let go of what doesn't matter, the more room you make for what truly does. And as you start to feel that momentum, that alignment between your goals and your actions, the sacrifices stop feeling like losses. They become investments. Seeds planted for a harvest that's coming. Success has a price. Discipline is how you pay it. Sacrifice is how you show you're serious. And in the end, it's always worth it. Discipline is not just about doing, it's also about understanding. Action without reflection is motion without meaning. That's why self-reflection is a non-negotiable part of true discipline. It's the quiet check-in at the end of the day where you ask yourself the hard questions. Did I give my best? Did I stay focused? Did I move one step closer to my goal today? Without this habit, it's easy to drift, to confuse busyness with progress and effort with effectiveness. Most people are so caught up in doing that they never stop to evaluate. They repeat the same patterns, make the same mistakes, and wonder why nothing changes. But those who are truly disciplined take time to pause, assess, and adjust. They don't just work harder, they work smarter. And that intelligence comes from reflection. Self-reflection is where growth accelerates. It reveals your blind spots, your wasted time, your hidden strengths. It's where discipline sharpens, because when you see what's working, you double down. When you see what's not, you change it. It's not about guilt or judgment, it's about awareness and improvement. Make it a daily ritual. A few minutes of honest reflection can save you days, even weeks of wasted effort. Write it down if you need to. Keep a journal. Track your habits. The goal is not perfection. The goal is progress, and progress only happens when you know where you stand. Discipline thrives on feedback, and the most powerful feedback doesn't come from the outside, it comes from within. Listen to it, use it, let it guide you, because when your actions and your awareness move in sync, that's when everything starts to click. Every day is a page in your story. Self-reflection makes sure you're writing a story worth reading.